and welcome back to Drunk on Wanderlust. It's time for another long distance trail. I'm sorry about the noise. We're here in Bakewell, just by the Castle Inn pub, by a very busy road. We're just about to start the White to Dark trail. We're all very excited. Let's have a quick look at the route. Come on! The White to Dark Way is a 27.5-mile trail celebrating the very best of the Peak District. Starting in Bakewell and finishing in Hope, the trail links the Peak District's two halves, from the White Peak to the Dark Peak. It was devised in 2012 and is best completed over 3 days. There are two long-stay car parks in Bakewell, one conveniently situated right next door to the pub. So we all had a few drinks whilst we waited for everyone to arrive, and by the time we got out, we were all feeling incredibly jolly. The trail is well signposted, but you can also find the GPS route on the Hiker app. I'll leave a link in the video description.
Oh, not again.
All the time, you know. There is no hiding from this camera.
No, it depends if you're picking your nose, like scratching your ass.
They're the best bits. Give the people what they want, James. Give them what... Oh, yes. We're all climbing out of Bakewell. Bit of a hill. Bit of a hill coming out of this one. But we're all managing, we're all fine. And the weather is so much better than what it was earlier, so I'm so glad we had extra time in the pub. I think the 2 glasses of wine are helping as well, so we're feeling good. If you check out the elevation graph for this route, there's a fair bit of climbing along this trail, so be warned. The total elevation is 1,181 metres. But I was looking forward to the challenge. Bring it on. I had my officially smashed it hiking squad with me. I'll tell you more about that later, but for now, let's crack on with the trail. What trail are we joining up with now?
We're on the Monsal Trail, I think.
Yeah, lovely.
So.
Let's have a little look.
Looks nice and flat, so it's a good trail.
Yeah, this is what we want. Beautiful. After about 2 miles, the trail flattens out as you walk along an old railway line towards Monsal Head. The rain has stopped, the sun has come out, it's looking beautiful, and we're only about a mile from the next pub, so it's happy days. This is a lovely little trail so far. Looking forward to seeing the rest of it. Let's do it. As I mentioned earlier, I've started a free hiking club, so anyone can come and join me on either a day hike or a long distance hiking trail. There is something for any age or ability, so if you'd like to find out more, there's a dedicated page on my website, officiallysmashedit.com. Come and get involved and join in the fun. Okay, so once you come out of the other side of the tunnel, you have a little option where you can head up to the pub up the top if you need a wee. Don't worry if not, because there's a little gap in the fence there that I just went down and had a wee, and that's a lot less stress and effort. So completely up to you, depends how thirsty you are and if you need to go at this point. Just a heads up, it's a very steep climb to get up there to the pub. Give us a spin, Mark. First time camping.
I feel like a ballerina.
You look like one. Dainty, graceful. The views from the bridge were incredible. We were all getting excited to see what we had in store for the rest of this trail. Don't forget, if you love hiking and hiking trails especially, check out the rest of my channel and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. The section by the weir at Cressbrook was really beautiful. But just a quick note, we realised after we'd crossed it, we weren't supposed to be using this bridge as it needed repairs. Here they come. She made it. Easy. It was quite a climb out of Cressbrook, and at this point, we'd all lost our phone signal. A few of the group had accidentally taken the wrong path up the hill, and we couldn't contact them, but we all knew where to meet up in Lytton, so it was okay. And for the record, I don't usually lose people on the first day of a hike. Day 3 or 4 maybe, but not day 1. Just kidding, we knew they knew the area, so it was okay this time. The weather was holding out nicely as we climbed up towards Lytton, and the scenery was really pretty. We had around 4 miles left to go today before reaching our camp spot, and I was already feeling a bit tired. It was a combination of a very early morning, 2 large glasses of wine and a lot of elevation. But we pushed on and made it to the village where we'd meet the others. We're just leaving Lytton now. We've got the last little bit to get to the campsite. Gonna get ourselves set up, get to the pub. Pub! They're still alive! Ah, some downhill finally. As golden hour set in, we walked the last few miles to the farm opposite the Yonderman Café, our campground for tonight. This is Mark's first ever time camping. Brand new tent, hadn't even taken out the wrapper to check if anything was there. On a wing and a prayer, isn't it, Mark?
Yeah, I was hoping.
Love it. There we go, Abby's all set up. Nice, nice. Yes. There we go. Squad. Hello and welcome to another episode of Tent Life with Dizzy. Coming to you live from inside my tent. Now, tonight we are staying in a campsite. It's been quite an eventful day actually. After a very wet start to the day, it was absolutely pissing it down about kind of 10, 11 o'clock. We weren't feeling hopeful. But Lizzie was a little bit late arriving, which was a bloody godsend because we waited in the pub and then by the time she got there, the rain had stopped. So we've had a relatively dry day for the whole hike and it's been absolutely gorgeous. You've obviously seen it on the video. And yeah, we're now pitched up. I'll show you exactly where we are on the map. We're at a little farm, but they do let you camp for £5 per person per night. So it's cheap as chips and it's right next door to a pub and right opposite a cafe. So we can't wait for that. We're going to head down to the pub in a minute, get a drink in and stuff. And then tomorrow morning, obviously we can go and get some food from the cafe. We can have a nice cuppa before we set off on the next leg of the journey. So I'm going to say goodbye for now. I'm not going to waffle on too much tonight and I'll catch you in a little bit down the pub. Claire's first camp. She's all cosy in the tent. You don't want to get out now, do you?
No, this was the hat. I didn't want anyone to see me in.
Oh, Danny's got that hat. Got the same one.
My daughter says I look like a pea.
Yeah, that's what we call it, the pea hat.
And now I'm going to be boomed around the world.
The Three Stags Head has got to be the most interesting little pub we'd been in for a while. It even had a mummified cat in a glass box. And some of the guys may have had a few too many drinks.
My name's Claire Saunders. I left Peterborough on the 20th of April. I've been in the Peak District for one day. If you don't see me again, it's because I went to the three-headed lamb.
What is going on?
Yeah. The rain. No, Lorraine.
Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Abby. Happy birthday to you. 3 cheers! Hip hip! Hip hip! Hip hip! Hey! Whose birthday? Right, from the beginning! Yes, happy birthday to Abby, 21 again. A very good morning, everybody, and welcome to day 2 on the White to Dark Way. As you can see, we're here on the farm, packing down camp. The sun is coming out. It's been raining a little bit in the night, so our tents were a little bit wet, but the forecast looks like it's going to stay dry, which is marvellous. We headed over to the pub last night, had a nice time, and we're meeting 2 new people at the cafe this morning. So we're going to go and have some breakfast. We passed through a couple of towns today, which is good, so we can resupply, and we're really excited to see what today's got in store. So come on, let's do it. Are you having the best time of your life? She's having a packing party.
I'm having a packing party.
Living the dream.
Well, my first night camping was really good. Some nights some of the night I was a bit cold. Then I realised I never zipped up my sleeping bag that well, so I'm sleeping on the mat, really cold. But apart from that, it was really good.
After a nice cooked breakfast in the cafe opposite, we set off across the fields towards the village of Fulo.
Hello people, welcome to Derbyshire. Beautiful weather, stripping off as usual, try not to fall over, bit hungover, you know. Anyway, we're here to talk about the walls apparently. So these coping stones on top, they're supposed to be upright as when the wall is completed and laid, to recognise the different counties. So Derbyshire's supposed to be upright, and then the rest of the counties is supposed to be laid a different way. So it's just an interesting, useless fact. There you go.
And thank you very much for that, Big James. I always enjoy learning new things on the trail.
I've got the nuts. Yeah,
What, did you have nuts in your mouth?
I ate so many nuts last night. I was still full, to be fair. I was shouting, please come and take the nuts off me.
We're now entering a gorgeous little village called Fulo, I think it's pronounced. F-O-O-L-O-W. If I've pronounced it wrong, please let me know in the comments. But just have a look at this, we'll show you on the film. It's gorgeous.
For most of you who don't know, this cross, it's older than most of the buildings around here. It's actually a Saxon cross, and it was erected here just after the Dark Ages. So yeah.
There's also a pub in the village, but it wasn't open as we'd arrived fairly early that day.
Going down. Coming up. Oh, I'm getting stuck.
What did you prefer, going down? Okay, this is what's happening. Another cow field. So I'm going right in the middle of the group because obviously the fear. the extreme. Thank you, fear is real. I'm going to swing you. Oh, they're big ones as well. They're big, giant ones. Wait for me, wait for me. Keep me in the middle of the group. Let's have a look. See if you can see them behind me.
It's like creating a wagon train around Kerry.
They are big cows. Oh my God, there's more up there. Let me spin. There's calves as well. Look, there's a baby one. There's a baby cow. Oh.
That one looked at me.
It did. It side-eyed me. Cow side-eye.
He's got that little grin on his face.
Don't stop it, Steve. They know I had a McDonald's last week. They know.
She's another McDonald's.
In case you were wondering, I asked the group to walk through this very pointless gate purely for entertainment purposes. My entertainment. We crossed the last field and reached the village of Eyam. I'd stayed in the youth hostel here before, but it was my first time actually walking through the village. There were some very interesting sights. Okay, so here we are in the very gorgeous village of Eyam or Eyam. I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce it, so please let me know in the comments which one is right. We're taking a little break. You've got a variety of coffee shops, tea rooms and a pub, a shop and also a toilet. So it's a perfect place. It's slightly off the trail, so we're going to head back up and out. We've got some interesting history going on here, something to do with the plague, but James is going to tell us a little bit more about that. So I'm going to hand you over to James.
So this is Eyam, and what happened was there was some cloth came down from London, came up here, and had fleas on it, and those fleas had the bubonic plague, so they spread it to all the people that lived here, and it killed quite a few families, but they contained it to stop people coming in and out of the village, to contain it. That's that.
Nicely put, Jim Bob. Thank you very much.
Right, after our little break, we're about to climb Sir William Hill, 128 meters, I believe, close to that anyway. It's a bloody big hill.
There she is, making it. Right, let's do this. Sir William Hill, 429 metres. Well, this hill was a little bit relentless. I'm out of breath. Just keeps going and going. 1 foot at a time. Taking it slow and steady. Everybody ready for the rest of the hill? Yeah, let's do it. We were almost at the top, just a little further to reach the trig point. Now, if any of you watched my last videos of the Dartmoor Way Trail and was wondering how Steve's back was, he is fully recovered now, thanks. Although you can hear him heavy breathing in this next clip. Ooh, boom! Another one down. Trig, 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 trig. That's a trick dance. Like it. I don't blame anyone for being out of puff after that climb, unless of course you're a super athlete. What's this I see? A trail runner. He's run up the entire hill. Look at him go. Wow. Yeah. Now, as you can see, we have got a simply gorgeous scenery behind us, and my good friend James has just told me we're now entering the dark peaks, and the way we know is because the colour of the walls. Now, before there were limestone, there were white walls, and now you'll see here as we move down, I'll get it on film a little bit later, but all the walls are darker. So there we are, we're in the dark part of the trail. We had reached the dark peaks and it was really stunning. What a beautiful part of the world. There they are. This bit's gorgeous. The views are stunning. Hopefully you can see a bit behind me, but I'll show you more on the camera in a second. What happened, Steph?
I fell over. So I attempted to wash myself in the stream.
Let's have a look at the shoes. Yeah, mucky sod. The climb had taken it out of us all, but we could see on the map we only had around 3 miles to go before we reached the village of Hathersage, where we could get some food and have a well-deserved pint. There he is.
What are you looking at?
You.
What are you looking at me for?
Because you're the one that's right there in front of me.
I can move.
Together. Twerk it, babies, twerk it. Woo!
No, in fact, twerk. This is like a rock.
Taking a little break at the top of the hill. Another little leg burner there. One nice thing about this trail, there hasn't really been too much road walking, which is lovely. My cup of tea, just what I like. But it's been really interesting terrain. Lots of ups and downs, and some really slippery mud though, so be careful. If you have hiking poles, maybe take them. But yeah, it's just stunning, absolutely stunning. About 2 miles now to get into town to have a beer in the pub. Whoop whoop. The closer we got to Hathersage, the more everyone had a spring in their step. I think we were all pretty starving by now. Okay, so we've come to a point where we need to cross over this river, and the route takes us, we're supposed to take these stepping stones and cross over the river there, but because the river's so high at the minute and so fast flowing, and not all of us have got walking poles, it's a little bit dangerous, and we've decided we're going to have to take a bit of a diversion. So we're going to follow the river down that way and join back up with it on the road. Unfortunately, our diversion added on a good few miles through extremely thick and slippery mud. We were so thankful when we finally got to have a rest stop, and yet another few pints, just to fuel us for the last mile to the campsite. This weekend trail was turning into a bit of a pub crawl, but we weren't complaining. What are you doing, Claire?
Oh, my head's too big for my body.
You're taking the piss out of me.
She's got a skull like a St. Bernard.
Oh. I'll say different, wouldn't you?
We found him, all alone, sitting on a wall, in the wilderness, lost and despondent, lonely, begging for help.
I need friends.
Do you want me to push him, Kerry?
Yes.
Take him over the edge?
You've taken me over the edge all day.
Finally, we arrived at North Lees campsite. Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Tent Life with Dizzy. Now I'm sorry the picture quality isn't so good, I'm losing light at the minute. We made it to North Lees campsite, but not till quite late. I think it's like nearly 8 o'clock. We've only just managed to get set up. Now today has been pretty intense, to be honest, like considering I thought we were only doing just under 10 miles. I think we've ended up doing about 12, 13 maybe. We had a diversion, as I showed you before, where the river was, and then we had to, we felt like we went ages out of the way through thick mud, so it was really like, trudging. Finally got to the pub, got ourselves sorted. I just feel knackered. I'd nice big cider at the pub though, so we all felt a bit squiffy, a bit delirious actually walking to the campsite that last mile. But we're sat up finally and ready just to get a good night's sleep. Celebrate your hiking achievements with Officially Smashed It's sustainable non-plastic souvenirs. We hand make these beautiful collectible medals for any hiking trail or mountain. Each medal has a magnet on the reverse and a detachable branded ribbon. We also donate money from each sale towards planting new trees with the organisation Just One Tree. These medals are perfect as a gift and we'll even personalise them on request. We're also excited to announce that you can now find our products in selected retailers along with our online stores. Good morning everybody, so here we are, the very last day of the trail. We're all absolutely pumped and excited for this walk. We've got a few minor injuries but nothing too extreme. We stayed at the lovely gorgeous North Lees campsite last night. I did a little video, I can't even remember what I said on it, but yeah. So we've got a bit of a climb coming out of here and then quite steady before the big climb towards the end of the day, but we have got a pub stop before the big climb. We're ready, we're doing it. Yes. Yes, onwards towards High Neb. And we had decided we wanted to take a short diversion at the top to go and have a look at Robin Hood's cave. It was just off the trail. To get up to the top of the ridge was a very steep and tiring climb of around 200 metres. I didn't feel much of the actual climb unfortunately, as I was focusing on trying to breathe. Claire, apparently she's feeling naughty. Always.
On the naughty scale in the class.
Steve.
Yeah, munching.
Munching away. Lizzie having a munch. So I bought these goggles with me because I knew it was going to be bloody windy on the top here. My eyes have already been streaming all day, so I thought it might cut out some of the wind. Now I know I look extra bloody fabulous and you're all jealous. And if you do want a pair, so you can look as hot as I do, you can buy them on Amazon. 2 pairs for $7.99. One with sunglasses tint on it and one with clear. Boom, chicka boom! Claire, flap your wings! It was amazing being at the top. It was my first time hiking this part of the peaks and I was so excited to see the cave. Oh. Claire, you've got a big cavernous hole. Look at the size of your cave.
I have a giant cave and many have been in it.
I bet. It was so cool exploring and the views were epic. Little Jim Brog.
Okay.
Thanks.
The ring, my precious.
In my hole, in the pit. Ooh. Well, I stacked it yet again. The walk along the edge was really wonderful, but be warned, there's not many discreet places to hide if you need a wee, especially on a busy weekend. We carried on for a good few miles, soaking up the scenery. about to do my sky jump, free falling off the side of this cliff. Wish me luck. Do you think I've packed a parachute? Here's the trig, 458 metres. Steve, what are we stopping for? Snacks! Snacks! There's James taking the dog for a walk. Oh, fucking hell. He tripped over then. The goggles are off, but now it's starting to rain, so I'm going to swap phone cases. We're not too far now from the first pub, probably about a mile. So we are going to take a little break and then in the pub, then crack on and do that big hill. We were all quite relieved to be heading downhill now from Stanage Edge, onwards to the Lady Bower Inn. The day had so far been really awesome, but again, pretty tiring. This trail was definitely keeping us on our toes. So here we are in the Lady Bower Inn. There she is, cooey. Let's spin it round. Coo, 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 coo. Yeah. Done really well. We've got 4 miles left to go. And we need some sustenance. For medicinal reasons, of course. Yeah. We've got the Winnet's Hill?
Win Hill
coming up. And it's going to be a steep one, so we've got one more pub stop in about a mile to get us over the hill, and then we've done it, then we've completed it. So I'm very excited, and it's been emotional, it's been challenging, it's been enjoyable. Rain's coming down a little bit now, but you know, we're still feeling positive. Yeah. We were tanked up and feeling fabulous. Lady Bower Reservoir was lovely, and it was the first time I'd seen it. I definitely want to head back up this way and do some more exploring. Lads, what have you got?
Sticky toffee!
Sticky toffee pudding. We've got 3 miles left to go, up and down the hill. The lads need some sustenance. Cheeky beer, sticky toffee, life is good. We are at the start of the climb to Win Hill. It looks like it's going to be steep. We've had a few pints just to give us a little bit of energy and hopefully give us the motivation to get up the hill. I feel breathless already. Pray for me. I'm pleasantly surprised. I thought we were about halfway up. We're not. We're about 3/4 of the way up from looking at the map. And yeah, we're still alive. Heart is still beating. Just taking little stops every now and then. Stops. That's the cider. That is the cider. But the sun is shining. We're still alive. Life is good. Not dead yet. Hashtag not dead yet. A few of the guys had decided not to do the last climb, but the rest of us powered on, fueled by cider and determination, and it was totally worth it. Just look at these views. 462 metres up Win Hill, we smashed it. This is going to be too loud to hear me. We're at the top. Feel amazing. We'll catch up when we get down. I came down the wrong way. I came from up there. Apparently there was an easier way to get down, but I was in a rush. You can come down this way, which is a lot easier. You know, don't scramble, don't be a hero, don't do what I did. I think I'm pissed. Yes, Steve, the man, the legend. We had all got this. Just a few miles now to the finish line. What a weekend it had been. So we've had a slight problem. When we were coming down off Win Hill, we were chatting away and we weren't looking at the map, and we went way out of the way, and that big, and we've ended up doing about a 3-mile diversion, and we're absolutely shattered. We've still got about a mile to get into town. I don't know how it happened, but yeah, this is where we've ended up, and it's very sad. And our feet hurt, but we're almost there! Woo! Woo! So here we are back at the car, survivors. Well, we had a great time and we're so tired. I'm probably not even talking like properly, but we did it. We officially smashed it, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye! Thank you all so much for watching. Stay safe everyone, and I'll see you next time.